Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Making 2, and today I'm going to be giving you part 5 of What If Naruto Trained Too Hard and Broke His Limiter. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the other channels, not to mention the vote that is currently taking place over on Anime Symbol. Link is down in the description for the channel. You guys can get your what if done by me over there. Just go ahead and comment on the latest video and have a chance of it ending up in a poll to be done next. So yeah, without further ado or waste no more time, what do you say we jump right into this brand new episode begin? Now guys. So, the last time we left off, Team 7 was making their way towards the Land of Wave. It was their first mission ever outside of the village. They did not get along with Tazuna at first. Well, Sai was the main reason behind that, because of the way that he talked. Team 7 was able to get through the Demon Brothers as they continue on. When they finally arrived towards the other location to fend off against Zabuza Momokai, Kakashi got captured until something could be seen flying from the heavens. Whatever it was screaming. It was Yuji Uzuki, as Naruto was holding her bridal style. As Naruto crashed in the water with her, Zabuza was forced to free Kakashi because a massive thunderous wave came up. As Yuji was really mad at Naruto for doing that, she told him no more ramen, as Naruto was in a real depressed state. Zabuza had tried to cut him down, however, Naruto caught the blade. Zabuza tried as hard as he could, but it didn't matter what he tried, he could not get his blade back, as Naruto simply held it there, as Zabuza kicked and pulled, but he could not. That was until she said fine, he can have ramen. Naruto turned as Zabuza got hit right in the crotch with his own blade, and Naruto had brought it up with a force that normal humans cannot use. Zabuza had collapsed. The team had actually felt sorry for him, so they simply left him there and made their way to the house. Upon arriving there, Team 7 had to train, as the other members were just shocked to the strength and power that Naruto possessed. Sasuke was actually seeing that what Kakashi said was truthful. Naruto was no normal human. Even Yuji admitted that he was faster and stronger than her. Sakura was shocked to hear that, but if Naruto Sensei admitted it must be true. Iniri told him that they should just leave because Gato was gonna kill them. He then ran away. However, Naruto went after him and spoke to him, telling him the reason why he got strong, in order to protect the ones that he cared about. His words cut deep in Iniri as they got through to the child, as his mother came to find him and he returned back to the house. Since then, his attitude has completely changed. He was more warm and open, as he actually started to believe in heroes once again. When the day finally came, Iniri had used the kunai that Naruto gave him during the week to stab the guy that came to take his mother away. As Naruto arrived, they did not even last a fraction of a second. So with that, Naruto headed towards the bridge and quickly had things cleaned up. When Gato arrived with all of his men, Naruto sliced through the ear. The friction from his hand split all of Gato's people in half. Everyone on the bridge was shocked as Sakura threw up. Sasuke was green. Zabuza and Haku were safe. Haku had warmed up to Naruto after that. She was a really nice girl, but Naruto did not seem to take to her subtle hints. They spoke after a long drink, that being Naruto Sensei, Kakashi, and Zabuza. Zabuza and Haku would be returning back to the Hidden Leaf, as Naruto and Yuichiro would be leaving early, while Team 7 remained until the bridge was complete. That is when Sakura told them that Haku hanging around Naruto might not be a good idea. Hinata was a very jealous person. There was a girl that was in the academy that had liked Naruto, but Hinata had beat the girl so bad in sparring that, since then, even if anyone else had catch feelings for him, they would not say a word. The senseis laughed it off, believing that she was joking. However, she told Haku to be cautious, confusing the poor girl. So yeah guys, so basically as left off, you guys can switch across the place, check out for yourself. So what do you say we jump right into this brand new episode begin? Now guys, upon returning back home, after some ramen, they made their way towards the tower, where Zabuza explained that he wanted to stay within Konoha for a while, until the civil war in Kiri was over. In return, he would do missions here, free of charge for Konoha. Hiruzen looked at the man as he had two conditions. And what are they? Zabuza asked. First, you will be monitored all the time. Sounds fair, Zabuza said. And the other, you have to teach a class of swordsmanship at least once a week, provided that you're not on a mission. What? Why? You're one of the 7 swordsmen from the Hidden Mist. I would be a fool to let that opportunity go. Zabuza groaned. Fine, he said, but no brats. I only teach fully trained ninjas. Of course, Hiruzen said. Now, I just need to find some bounties, Zabuza muttered to himself. Hiruzen reached under his desk and pulled out a small black book. Here, that's Konoha Bingo book. If you bring in any of the ninjas in that book, we will pay you their bounty in turn. But this does not count on a mission, and it must be done on your own time. Understood, he said. With that he left, along with Haku. Hiruzen dismissed the other two, as he had a meeting to attend to, as Naruto and Yuichiro nodded before they left. 2 days later, Naruto was currently on top of the mountain exercising, as Yuichiro showed up. Naruto. He paused in his push-ups. He flipped to his feet. Yeah, sensei, he said. I have a mission outside the village for a few days, so I'm sending you on an escort mission with Team 8. Why? Naruto asked. Because I don't trust to leave you here unattended. I want the village to be standing when I return, she said. Hey, come on, said Naruto. I'm not that bad. She gave him a look. Tell me, where were you this morning? He scratched his cheek. Nowhere, he said. Is that so? Then would you please explain to me why I got a bill for 15 new Anvu uniforms? As Naruto grinned, I guess I gotta go meet up with Team 8. He ran and leaped off the monument. She simply shook her head. Meanwhile, with Hinata Hyuga, Hinata was waiting with her team. Their sensei said that someone would be accompanying them on their first C rank. She was not sure who it was, as their sensei did not give them a name. She scoffed. It is probably someone my father hired to keep an eye on me, as she rolled her eyes. She understood her father's worries. After all, she was a weak daughter, or the worthless heiress. That is what the elders said when they thought that she could not hear them. It's not that I'm weak. I just don't like to hurt people, as a rain cloud formed over her head. What's wrong, Hinata-chan? She heard a voice that she recognized all too well. As she turned, inches away from her, very, very close to her face was Naruto, looking at her worriedly. As she squeaked, she tried to take a step back to put some space between them. However, she tripped and collapsed right on her butt, in front of the person that she was crushing on. Hinata-chan, said Naruto as he grabbed her hand. Are you okay? As he helped her up to her feet. Her eyes were fixated on the both of their hands holding together. His hand. It's so warm, she thought to herself, as her face became immensely red. Hinata-chan, said Naruto. Are you sick or something? He asked. He took his headband off, making his hair fall down, as he leaned forward in place, his forehead against hers. You do feel a bit hot, Hinata-chan, said Naruto. While that was going on, her brain was not functioning right. What she heard was, he said I'm hot. Naruto-kun thinks I'm hot. As she was burning up, Naruto-san, a voice interrupted. The both of them glanced over. Oh, hey there, Haku. What's up? Naruto asked. Oh, I'm on my way out to Zabuza-sama. Mind talking with me while I wait? Oh, sure, said Naruto. Hinata's mind started to go crazy as they started to talk. Who's that skank that he's talking to? She wondered. Haku laughed at something that Naruto said in place, a hand on his arm. That's it. I'm going to... Hinata described the most crazy, absurd, violent, most chaotic and crazy way of getting rid of someone. There was a lot of obscenities involved. Who knows that she even knew those words? They were all reflecting through her mind as she cursed continuously, seeing this girl placing her hand on her Naruto-kun arm. Alright, team and Naruto. Are we ready to go? Said Kurenai, as she walked up with a dark brown-haired man. Yes, Kurenai-sensei, they answered. Good. This is Shibuki-san. He's our charge for this mission. Any questions? Where are we going, Sensei? Kiba asks. Taki, the village hidden by the waterfall. Any more questions? Will there be fighting? Hinata asks. No, at least I don't think there would be. Tuh, Hinata said. She was pretty upset. Any more questions? Alright, let's move out, she said. After walking for a good 10 minutes, Hinata needed to know. So, Naruto-kun, who was that? Said Naruto. The girl that you were talking to from before. Oh, that's Haku. She's a great friend of mine. She's awesome. Snap. Naruto blinked as he looked at Hinata. What was that? Oh, it's nothing, she said. Naruto did not notice a fist-sized hole in the tree that Hinata had walked by. However, Shino and Kiba noticed as Kiba made his way toward Shino. Hinata seems pissed off about something, he whispered. Yes, I've noticed. A crashing sound could be heard. The both of them glanced back to see that the tree that she punched, it fell over. Let's leave her alone with Naruto for a while. That should calm her down. You don't have to tell me twice, Kiba said. Time skip. Around 2 days later, Hinata was on the verge of losing her mind. Naruto had talked about nothing except for that girl. Well, that was not really true. However, Hinata's mind was not taking everything well because Naruto only spoke about Haku twice. And that's because Kiba had asked about her. The first time was when Hinata asked about her. However, Hinata was slowly losing it in anger. Sure, if that Haku girl was on his team, he could be talking about her because they would be teammates. But no, he's only known her for 2 weeks tops, and yet he seemed to be obsessed with her or something. And Kiba kept on asking about who that girl was. Hinata felt like she wanted to strangle him, despite him only asking once. Welcome to Taki, everyone, Shibuki said. Shibuki-sama, a girl wearing a white kunoichi outfit with green hair and orange eyes, ran up towards the group. Hello, fool, said Shibuki. What are you doing out here? He asked. I came to see you, Shibuki-sama. She smiled a bit, though her smile dropped when she saw the others. But it did return though. Hi, I'm Fu, she said. What are your names? Kurenai Iwai, Jonin of Konoha. I'm Kiba Inuzaka. Jenin, hello. And this is Akamaru. Say hi, buddy. Akamaru proceeded to bark as Fu waved back. I'm Naruto Uzumaki. Jenny, it's a pleasure to meet you. Whoa, your eyes are really cute, said Naruto, causing Fu to giggle a bit. A cracking sound could be heard. As everyone turned their gaze around, Hinata was the one next to speak. I'm Hinata Hyuga. A pleasure to meet you, she said. There was a twitch at the end of her smile. Shino Burumi. A pleasure to meet you, Fusan, he said. As Fu looked at him, before she sniffed the ear. You smell like bugs. You know that, right? Yes, I'm aware. Fu giggled. I like you, she said. You want me to show you where some rare bugs live? Sure, said Shino. She proceeded to grab his arm and start to move off with him. I'm sorry about that, Shibuki said. Fu is a bit different. The rest of them turned their gaze towards Naruto. What? He said. Nothing, they said. As they made their way towards the tunnel, they came to a stop. Sorry, but I must ask you to turn around. Of course, Kurenai said. As they did, Shibuki went through at least 20 hand signs. Release, he said. The earth rumbled a bit. The waterfall then parted, so they could enter. As they made their way, they were walking through the path. A group of children came running up towards Shibuki. Shibuki-sama, they called out. Hello, he said. What are you guys doing here? Isn't the academy still in session? The youngest of the four shook her head. No. We were told to pick up trash, she said. Trash? Shibuki said, confused. The oldest stepped forward. There was an intruder earlier. They made a mess near the entrance. An intruder? Was anyone hurt? Shibuki asked. No, Shibuki-sama. The intruder did not make it to the village. They were chased away before they could. I see. He turned to Kurenai. I am sorry about this, Kurenai-san. But would you mind accepting a mission to help these children? I don't want them going out unguarded. That's fine, she said. The payment can be sent later. Thank you, Kurenai-san. Children, show the nice ninjas where the mess was made. And they will help you, understood? Yes, Shibuki-sama. Team 8 plus Naruto made their way as they followed the children. As they came towards the destroyed area. Here it is. We're supposed to clean up this area so our ninjas can fix it with earth jutsus. It was just Naruto, Kiba and Hinata. Shino was not with them. Fu had taken him away some time ago. As they cleaned up the area, Shino returned a few hours later when they were going to get some lunch, and his face was a little bit red, and he had a suspicious gaze, but one would not know because, well, Shino was mostly covered. Naruto-kun, Hinata said, would you like to eat lunch with me? Yeah, sure, said Naruto. Hinata offered to share her lunch with him, but he declined. The only thing that he would have to give in return was ramen. I know that many people don't like ramen as I do, and I would feel bad if I ate yours and I still had mine, he said. But I like ramen. Wait, you do? Said Naruto. Yes, ever since I went with you to Ichiraku's. When we did the test, she said to him. She completely forgot about Shino that he was there. That's awesome, said Naruto, as he dumped out the contents of his bag. There was around 10 different flavors of ramen inside. Pick whatever one you like, he said to her, a bright smile on his face. Hinata started to release steam from her ears from seeing his sweet smile. Naruto blinked. The water should not be boiling already, as he tried to find the source of the sound. A few minutes later, they were ready to eat until the place started to shake. It shook so bad that Hinata dropped her ramen on the ground. As the contents spilled, her face was shadowed by her hair. As she got to her feet, Hinata, are you okay? She looked towards Naruto with a smile. I'll be right back, Naruto-kun, she said. She then sped off into the woods. Hinata, I have more ramen, said Naruto. Hinata used her Byakugan to find the location as she came across Shibuki fighting. Hyuga-san, Go and get help, Shibuki yelled at her. She stood there though, her hair covering her eyes. Which one of you made the ground shake? She said, her voice low. However, there was this dangerous edge to it. Something was wrong. A ninja with gray hair stepped forward. What's the matter, brat? Did it scare you? He started to laugh. Hinata head tilted to the side. You caused me to drop Naruto-kun's ramen, she said. So what if he had to duck? His head was almost knocked off as Hinata had thrust her hand out toward his face. Alright, you brat, let's play. He summoned a water whip and lashed it towards her legs. She jumped over it. She landed in front of him. 8 trigrams. Hinata activated the 32 palms as she proceeded to assault the man. Whenever his teammates tried to attack, she leaped and evaded all of their strikes before she sunk both of her hands in the man's chest as a final attack. He was sent off into the tree. He crashed into it hard and he was not moving. The Kunoichi to the left tried to attack her with a whip. Despite her back being turned, Hinata flipped over and landed in front of the woman. She dropped in the stance once again and delivered the 32 palms towards her. The woman stood no chance as she was hitting all of her points before blasting away. Hinata was panting in rage. I've been trying to work up the courage for years to have lunch with Naruto-kun, and you ruined it, she yelled. As she advanced towards the 2 remaining ninjas, the both of them gulped. As the one to the left spoke, you hold her off. I'll go and get the hero water, he said. He ran off. Bastard, you can't just leave me here. His friend shouted after him, but he was long gone. Hinata's eyes snapped towards the fleeing ninja. None of you are leaving. She went through hand sign, water style. Water needle jutsu, she said. A vortex started to swirl around her. A barrage of needles were then fired towards the running ninja. The man screamed as he was hit several times. He eventually crashed on the ground as several of those needles had entered right in his points. The last man started to back away. Would it help if I apologize? Yes, she said. I'm sorry, he said, bowing his head. I'm very sorry. Thank you, she said, with a smile on her face. She then proceeded to assault him with the water needles, which rendered him unable to move as well. Hinata then released a breath. I had more anger worked up than I thought. I hope Naruto-kun has some more ramen, as she skipped away. Shibuki, who was forgotten, stood there absolutely terrified that they were joining, he said, before he passed out from his injuries. Shibuki-sama, the other ninjas rushed towards his side. Back with Naruto. When she returned, Naruto had made her another bowl of ramen. There you are, Hinata-chan. You ran off so fast I thought I did something wrong. Oh no, you did nothing wrong, Naruto-kun. I just had some trash that I needed to take out, she said. Hey, look, you didn't stutter that time, said Naruto. As he cheered, he grabbed her arms and spun her around in celebration. As she was so happy that Naruto was holding her hand, she passed out with a smile on her face. Hinata-chan? Hinata-chan! Naruto shouted. Around 30 minutes later, Fu arrived. Hey Fu, said Naruto. Hello, the rest said. I was asked to inform you. Your mission has been completed. Shibuki-sama sent his regrets, but he cannot show you off himself. I was sent to inform you. As she walked with the group for about a mile outside the village, she proceeded to pull Shino aside, away from the group. Bye, Shino-san. I will see you soon. She winked at him. With that, she returned back to the village. As the other ninjas all looked at Shino. Alright, Shino, Kiba said. Akamaru barked. As Shino proceeded to look away, even his sensei. Good going, Shino, said Kurnai. Congratulations, Shino, Hinata said, as Naruto blinked. What just happened, he asked. Nothing happened, Shino said, grateful for Naruto's intervention of not understanding what was going on, as he really did not like the attention on him that much. Hey, what? What just happened? Something did happen, said Naruto. As the group returned back towards the hidden leaf, Hinata could only smile. He was just so cute, she thought to herself. Time skip. Naruto was summoned to the Hokage's office as he proceeded to make his way inside. You wanted to see me, Gigi? Yes. As Hiruzen pulled out a scroll. As he started to read, the scroll was labeled Uzumaki. Subject has shown incredible physical powers. At normal, capable of Jonin level of strength and speed. However, his true strength and speed is truly unknown. There has been no signs of him ever struggling performing feats that seem to be outrageous and might be hard to comprehend to others. Even when he used a move that he called Serious Knife Hand, he destroyed 3 miles of woodland and killed several hundred mercenaries. He only seemed to put the minimum of effort into his blow. His chakra did not fluctuate before or even after. So I believe that he is capable of much more destructive feats. At the current time, it is unknown. Naruto blinked. What's that? That was a report that your sensei gave me on you. Wait, she's been spying on me? Naruto asks. He was slightly hurt. No, it is standard procedure. Every Jonin sensei must file this report at least once a week to help me understand where their student lie, skill-wise. Hiruzen explained to him. Oh, said Naruto. The hurt look fade away. What else does it say about me, he said. As he was now just curious. Well, it also says that she do not believe that you need to take the upcoming Chunin exams. That you're ready to be advanced. As Naruto blinked. Really? I'm gonna be a Chunin? That's awesome, he said, jumping up. As his hand reached up to the roof as he touched it. As he came back down. Not so fast, Naruto blinked. What? It's at my discretion, he said. And I don't think you're ready just yet. Naruto's face pouted. But Gigi, he said. However, there is a way that you can prove to me that you're ready. Name it, and I'll have it done no matter what. I had a feeling that you would say that. Follow me. As they proceeded to make their way. You are aware that the Chunin exams begin next week, correct? Yep. Sensei told me about them a few days ago, said Naruto. Good. That saved us some time, Hiruzen said, as he brought Naruto towards a storage closet. As he started to search for something inside. The Chunin exams are quite problematic, Hiruzen said. How so? Naruto asks. They are held between the 5 great nations, so there will be numerous foreign ninjas in our walls, Hiruzen told him. That could be bad, said Naruto. Bad would be an understatement. With foreign ninjas arriving, old grudges and rivalry might rear their head, despite the fact that it might cause trouble. Hiruzen told him. So they would want to start fights. But wouldn't that get them in trouble with their Kages? Naruto asked him. No. In fact, the other Kages usually encourage them to act out on their aggression. Huh? Naruto said confused. Why would they do that? Because, years ago, back when the village first signed the treaty for villages that are not engaged in war with the hosting village of the exams to join in, a rule was placed in. What kind of rule? Naruto asked him. A rule that states that the one that is hosting the exams get to enforce their own rules. As long as the ninjas involved are not seriously harmed in the process, the foreign Kage will not interfere in their punishment. As Hiruzen pulled down a medium-sized box, as he motioned for Naruto to follow him back. What does this have to do with me? Naruto asks. I am getting to that. You see, usually, my envoys would handle security in this time. However, someone else will be our security, he said. Who's that? Naruto asks, as Hiruzen opened the box on his desk. Inside, there was a blank face mask with a grey vest. You, he said. What? Said Naruto, looking at the man. I said you will be our security this year, Hiruzen said, with an unusual smile on his face. As Naruto blinked, Naruto Uzumaki, I am giving you my permission. As Naruto was looking at him, a small smile creeping on his face. To prank the hell out of anyone who dare step out of line in my village. Realization dawned on Naruto. His smile was bright. He took what Hiruzen offered him. Consider it done, Gigi, he said. That's my boy, Hiruzen said with a chuckle. A week later, Team 7 through to 10 had all arrived at the academy. Team 9 arriving first and 7 arriving last. So, we're all here, huh? Sakura said, as she gazed around towards them. Yep. So, Forehead, you nervous? Ino asked. Not as much as you are, Ino Pig, Sakura said, causing the both of them to glare at one another. Yush, ladies, there is no need to stay out of it, Bushy Brow. The both of them yelled at him. So your team has an annoying girl as well, huh? Shikamaru asked Sasuke. Sasuke nodded. Hey, the both of them shouted. She's the annoying one, as they pointed at each other. Hey, check out the comedy act. A stone ninja pointed towards the rookies. Several teams looked as well. A few snickered. Some outright laughed. However, majority of them just ignored them though, and focused on the trials ahead, as Kiba was not one to take the mocking and lying down. You better watch your mouth, or else, he said with a growl. Akamaru growled on top of his head as well. The stone ninja stepped forward. He was confident that he could put these kids down. He was almost 17 after all. That is when Kiba realized how truly big the guy was compared to him. Hey, Naruto, I'd like to help here, man. Kiba blinked, not hearing a response. He then turned. Ino looked around. Speaking of, where is Naruto? Did he not get qualified for the exams? She said confused. Choji munched on a few chips, of course he did. He's probably just running late, he said. I'm not sure about that. I overheard Yujiro Sensei and Kurenai Sensei talking the other day. They said that Naruto was doing something else instead of participating this year, Shino said. Ino screamed as she grabbed her chest. Shino, you scared me, she said. How long have you been here? As Shino turned away and moved towards the wall to face it, a rain cloud over his head. Hinata went over as she started to pat his back. Everyone always seemed to forget about Shino, despite the fact that he literally walked in with them. Ino-san, that is mean. Shino-san came with us. Oh, sorry Shino, she said. It's fine, he said. I'm used to it. Hey! Stop ignoring me, you brats! The stone ninja yelled, as they seemed to have completely forgotten about him. He decided to take his anger out on the one that was closest, which was Kiba as he swung his fist. However, someone just materialized between them and caught the stone ninja fist with ease. He wagged his finger in front of his face. He was wearing a grey mask. There was no signs on it. Bad ninja, he said, as he pat him across the head. The ninja was sent sailing by the pat as he crashed into the wall. He was mostly unharmed though. The rookies all recognized who it was, as they could see his hair. Let that be a lesson to each and every one of you. Don't attack each other unless you are told so by a proctor. A man arrived in the room and said, Hey, you can't let him get away with that. One of the other rock ninjas yelled. Huh? And why not? The man asked. He attacked my teammate. Your teammate broke the rules. He has been punished accordingly. And who decide the punishments? They are this year's security force. Anyone that is caught breaking the rules, they will be punished by them. What? That pipsqueak is a security force? What is he guarding? A preschool? Everyone burst out laughing hearing that. Well, a few was quiet. I would be really careful insulting him if I were you. That little brat over there has a bit of a temper. Is that so? Alright, the Sound Ninja said, walking towards Naruto from behind as he swung the gauntlet that was attached to his arm and slammed it against Naruto's face. However, Naruto did not budge in the slightest. Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done what? The Sound Ninja said. You just pissed him off, you fool. Sasuke said. Naruto had lashed out and grabbed the Sound Ninja's face. He instantly started to whimper. He's right. You really shouldn't have pissed me off. The both of them vanished. As everyone looked around. Hey, where did he go? One of the other Sound Ninjas yelled. A moment later, the Sound Ninja was squawking like a duck. As he was on the ground, he was covered in orange feathers. His face was painted orange, and there was a red beak that was on his mouth. As he seemed genuinely terrified, his comrades tried to calm him down, but he kept on muttering, "Orange, so much orange." That's the second lesson for you. Don't piss off our security or it might just be a lot worse. Now, sit down and shut up, Ibiki said. Now my name is Ibiki Marino, and I will be the proctor of this exam, he said. Now, let us begin. Time skip. The window could be heard crashing through as a banner was pinned up. The sexy and single Uncle Midarashi. And right at the end, there was a little orange writing, "Blasphemy against ramen. Uncle curse. Naruto, you damn brat. One day you would forget about ramen and accept that. Dango is a true food of the gods," she screamed out. Naruto materialized right in front of her as he flipped her off before he disappeared once again. Just you wait, brat. I'll draw you over to my side one day. Uncle, Ibiki said. As she turned, everyone was just looking at her. Must you do this now? Yes. He doesn't know anything. He has the nerves to compare ramen to dango. Dango, which was gifted to us by the gods themselves. That cheeky brat doesn't know anything, she said. And one day he will understand. And he will also pay for what he did. As tears ran down her cheek, he threw away my dango. When I finally get my hands on him, he's gonna pay. Damn it, uncle, pull yourself together. You have a job to do. But my dango. If I get you some, will you shut up, he asked. She nodded, wiping the tears away. He released a heavy sigh as he walked away. She then spun around. Alright everyone, she said. I am Uncle Midarashi, and I'll be the proctor of the second exams. As she had a rather dark look on her face that completely switched the mood from that innocent one to a rather terrifying feeling running down their spines. As Ibiki was making his way, I wonder if I can convince Ujiwa and Kurenai to pay for her dango. She's their friend, and Naruto is Ujiwa's student, he thought to himself as he proceeded outside. Time skip. For the next 5 days, you'll be spending your time inside the most dangerous forest known to man, the forest of death. Her words seemed to change the entire time and space that they were accustomed to. As the lightning flashed, the sky got dark. The sounds of death and dying could be heard before it returned back to normal. Many of them were scared shitless, some of them collapsing on their butts. Majority of you are lucky this year though. Our security guard has volunteered to go in there with you. Should you feel yourself to be in danger and you want to give up, you will have these, she said, as she held up the flare. The moment you light this, you'll be taken out of the exam, she said, as they glanced towards the security guard. He was on the ground, he was tied up. There was a sign plastered to his chest. I will not cost my sensei any more money, it said. So, it's either fail or die, one of the ninjas asked. Pretty much, Uncle said. A few minutes later, as they were all given their flares, and their scrolls as well, they also had to sign a consent form For basic stuff to state that Konoha had them sign this before they go in. They did this on their own volition. Naruto was still tied up over to the side, voluntarily, as he was being punished by his sensei. However, this year was a bit different, as Anko said that they had targets. What targets? One of them asks. Oh, did I forget to mention? Only one team has their opposite scroll. Each team will be told who has their scroll, and you must do whatever you can to get their scroll to make it towards the entrance, she said. She smiled at them, knowing that made things a lot tougher. This was not random, as they were all, one by one, given information. Anko arrived as she walked over towards Naruto. Come on, Blondie. Take a bite, she said, as she waved the dango in front of him. Never, said Naruto. I'll never betray ramen. Not even for this. The foods that were created by the gods. For that stupid noodle dish. You have no idea what you're talking about. You have no idea the grace and the heavenly taste of ramen. I don't want your stupid dumplings. Dango is much more than just dumplings, you brat. It's a taste of heaven, a feeling of joy, a warm sense of comfort, while what you're eating is just stupid, idiotic, disgusting noodles. Naruto's eyes snapped towards her. Blasphemy, you harlot. You take that back. No, just admit that dango is better. You bitch, said Naruto. I'll get you back for this. Just you wait. One day, I'll make you see the error of your ways. And ramen will lead you to the light. Dango is better. No ramen. Dango. Ramen. Dango. Ramen. Dango. Ramen. They kept on cursing and going back in front at one another, until everyone was given what they needed. Team 7 target was the Grass Ninja. Team 8 was a Rain Ninja team. Team 9 was a Rock team. And Team 10 was a team from the Lightning Country. Uncle-san. They're ready to begin. A Chunin interrupted her and Naruto argument. This is not over, you damn blonde. Likewise, you damn harlot, said Naruto, as Anko made her way, as she picked up the microphone. Alright, the exam begin. In 3, 2, 1. Go, she said, as they proceeded to make their way off. You know the rules, Blondie. Don't help unless they use the flare. Yeah, Sensei already told me. Need me to cut you loose, she asks. Nah, not really. The real me was gone a very long time ago. Wait, the real you? Poof, he was gone. I'm gonna get that brat, she said. One day. Time skip. The next day. Already, 3 out of the 11 teams had been eliminated. 2 teams arrived at the tower already. Those teams were the San, consisting of Gaara, Kankuro, and Temari, and also Team 9 with Lee, Neji, and Tenten. Unluckily, 2 members of the Grass team had been wiped out except for one girl, a redhead. Her name was Karen. She was now at the tower under Anvu guard. The reason why she was under guard was because her teammates were found with their face removed. So she was there for protection, and so they could question her. When Anko arrived and she saw the bodies, she shot into the forest. She knew who was behind this. Her sensei. Unfortunately for her though, Orochimaru was preoccupied, as he was in the process of running away. Yikes. Calm down. What is wrong with you anyway? All I said was that the guard had a nice body. Orochimaru, still in his female disguise, was currently running from a pissed off Hinata. He had just gotten a sample of Shinoki Kaicho bug for a sample, before he was going to hunt down the Uchiha and test him. He thought he might get a sample of Hinata blood, trying to study the Byakugan. However, he made the mistake of trying to girl talk with her about Naruto, mostly gossips, to try and distract her. Hinata was not amused. I said come back here, you slippery bitch. Hinata yelled as she chased after the Sanin, as Orochimaru was able to slip away. Shino, Kiba said. Yeah? Isn't she the timid one? I thought so too, Shino said, as the both of them looked at the pissed off Hinata. Maybe we were wrong. As he nodded. Meanwhile, with the Sanin, he was surprised. That was one damn scary Hyuga. Reminds me of that other Hyuga that was obsessed with Hayashi-chan. What was her name again? An image of a woman with long, purple hair flashed through his mind. A shiver went down his spine. Let's not think about that, he said. Meanwhile, with Team 7. As Sasuke was walking, he suddenly felt a chill. What's wrong, Sasuke-kun? We're going to take a break here. No sense on wasting our energy on day 2. After all, they need to find us as well. A chuckle could be heard. How right you are, Sasuke-kun. They glanced up as the Sanin was standing there. Sasuke and Sai went into a defensive position. Tell your teammates to come out, and we'll do this the right way. Oh, them? They're all dead, Orochimaru said. Dead? I'm not here for the exams. I'm actually here for you. As he tore off the fake face and showed what was underneath. I take it that you're not a part of this exam. That's right. So you're breaking the rule. Yes. I know Uchihas could be dumb, but asking me these questions after seeing proof is a rather stupid thing to do. Huh. You have no idea, do you? He said. What are you talking about? Orochimaru asked. Sasuke took in a deep breath. Naruto! There's a rule breaker, he yelled. Orochimaru blinked. Really now, Sasuke-kun? Where's your Uchiha pride? Calling for the guards. Orochimaru's body was eviscerated. It seems that way from their point of view, as a scroll that he had in his hand was still flipping in the air. Sai caught it as he stuffed it away. Well, that was easy. With Naruto, Orochimaru was being clutched by Naruto's hand, as Naruto was holding his face, running him through several trees. Anko had informed Naruto about the Sanin being within the forest. Orochimaru had yet to react, because Naruto was moving so fast. By his perception, nothing had happened just yet. The Sanin was unaware of anything truly going on. Orochimaru saw the scenery around him change to an office. He tried to get the hand to release him, but the punches and kicks seemed to do absolutely nothing. Orochimaru. He blinked, hearing that voice. He turned his gaze to see Hiruzen sitting there. He was being held by a damn child. What the hell? Sensei, you've gotten old, Orochimaru said. And you've gotten weirder. I'd rather be old. Well, I'd rather be weird. Same, said Naruto. Hiruzen sighed as he rubbed his forehead. Naruto, please don't agree with a psychopath. Sorry, Gigi. Orochimaru, what are you doing here? Hiruzen said. As he got up and stepped forward, he was not pleased, it seems. What's with the look, Sensei? Aren't you happy to see me? I'm not. Naruto. Yes, Gigi. I didn't have the strength to do it back then. And even now, I can't muster up the strength to do it. I promised that I would never kill any of my students. Naruto, you do it. Kill him. Roger, said Naruto. He grabbed Orochimaru's neck and ripped his head clean off. That was until the body went up in flames. What the hell? As a note fell on the ground. Hiruzen picked it up. Sorry, Sensei. I'm immortal. I'll be seeing you soon. There was a drawing at the bottom, with Orochimaru giving the finger. Hiruzen sighed. Why did all of my students turn out so odd? Hey, I'm not odd, Gigi. Why did all of my students and you turn out so odd? As Naruto grumbled. Maybe you're the one that is odd, and you infected us with your oddness, said Naruto. as he leaped through the window and ran away. At the end of the test, several teams passed. Team 7 through to 10 had made it. The Sand team had made it. The Sound team had made it as well. A Konoha team consisting of Kabuto and his teammates passed as well. However, Kabuto gave up immediately. Wow, Uncle said, genuinely surprised. 17 passed my exam. I thought more of you would have died, she said. Well, it seems that your exam is not as difficult as you thought it was, Ibiki said. Says the guy that let so much advance in the first place. What does that say about you? Scarhead, she asks. As Ibiki glared at her. Enough, Hiruzen said. Yes, Hokage-sama, they both said. Hiruzen stepped forward. I would like to congratulate all of you for making it this far. Unfortunately, you cannot rest just yet. Several groans could be heard because so many of you passed the first 2 exams. There will be a preliminary. The finals will be next month. Hiruzen looked behind him as Hayate stepped forward. Hayate here would be the proctor of this preliminaries, he said. As Hayate stepped forward with a cough. Let the preliminary matches begin, he said. But guys, be ends up so right here. If you want to see next part, and do like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification stay posted. Remember, share to all of your friends in your social media platform. And don't forget to go ahead and check out the other channels. I hope you guys enjoy each and every one of them, guys. All the links will be down in the description, so go ahead and yeah, enjoy. So without further ado, I'll be out for now. See you guys soon. Peace.